Wait, I think my guest is here. Are you there? Omar, third rail with Omar. Can you hear me? Third rail with Omar is with me, I think.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Good afternoon to you. Good morning from here. It's
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
doing fine, man.
Yeah.
Interesting shot we got there. Omar is back with me. He's been on the Hake Report many times. I've been on his show, Third Rail with Omar, also called the Empowered Man podcast. A Yemeni-born American, I believe. You're American, right now? You naturalized?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Nice. And New York liberal, and he knows,
Of course.
and you know a lot about the Middle East situation because you have
Yeah.
family there. You're Muslim
Oh,
yourself, and
Yeah.
you've had some mild criticisms for Israel. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How you feeling?
I'm feeling fine.
Wait, let me fix the camera. I look too close, right?
Yeah, I mean yeah, fixing it is better. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, let me go back.
Nice, that's perfect. That looks
Yeah.
a little bit
Nope.
further back again. It jumped back forward again.
Yeah. That's good, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good. One more,
Yeah.
maybe one
Yeah,
more.
because I don't see myself in the computer that much. I'm too small.
Okay. Go
Okay.
back one slight bit more, and then you'll be about roughly the same as me, size as me. That's pretty good.
I can't go any farther than that.
Okay, that's perfect.
All right. Wait.
Let's start.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's start right in. You wanted to talk about the Middle East situation, man.
Yeah. Well, the situation has been going on for a long time, but the issue is that the Palestinian has been dealt a bad card for the last 75 years. The land has been occupied by colonizers from Europe, Jewish colonizers from Europe who came from the aftermath of World War II, and they were given a land that they don't own. Then we split the country in half. Israel has about 77% of the country, and they still going after the 22%. The Palestinians are virtually prisoners in there. They have no rights. A matter of fact, Israel has been called an apartheid state, by the Amnesty International, by Human Rights Watch, by Jewish organization, by Jews themselves in Israel.
Yeah.
Because if you go see a lot of Americans confused. There's Israel and there's the occupied territory that is Palestinian, supposed to be a future Palestinian state. But what's going on in there is that in the West Bank, you have all these people that come from New York, from Brooklyn, from Canada, all these Western Jews who all of a sudden are misfits in their communities. They find God and they come and they settle Palestinian land by force. They take over land by force. Farms, everything. And if you go to the West Bank, they have all these walls. The Jews have a separate roads. They got 80% of the water resources. Everything is separate, and they had purposely separated the Palestinian villages on purpose, the Jewish state, so they have no continuity. You understand? So it's like cantons, it's like islands.
Okay.
So a future state for Palestine would never exist. Now Israel is in a dilemma. If they go for the one-state solution, they lose their majority because there's about 8 million Palestinians, both inside Israel and outside Israel, right? And
wow. And there's only how many Jewish people are there in Israel?
There's about 7 million.
Oh, okay. Wow. So the Palestinians would suddenly be the majority.
They have more babies. Even with all the killing, they still have we're not worried about that. The women, they're making babies every night.
Yeah.
The whole idea is that Israel is in a dilemma. They can't have a one-state solution because they lose the idea of the Jewish state. And they don't want a two-state solution because they want the land.
Yeah.
So what do? You have these people, you have about 5 million people in the occupied territories. There's only one thing, either an apartheid state where you have a two-tier country where you have the Jews on the top and the Palestinians on the bottom. It is not allowable by international law.
Wow.
Or create a crisis or expel them to Egypt or other countries like what they're trying to do right now. You see, right now they're bombing the north of Gaza, trying to get them to the south so they could run into Egypt.
Yeah.
It's all
And
about
Egypt
land,
doesn't really want a lot of them. They don't trust.
No.
They don't trust them.
No, it's not they don't trust them because it'll work into to the Israeli policy. We don't want them to lose their land because if we let them out, then the Israelis going to take their land. They're not going to come back.
Right. And then
This it will just work into the Jewish
and then it's
state,
Egypt's problem.
Yeah. Then they have these people.
Yeah.
They'll be there. They'll be shooting into Israel. Israel will be shooting into Egypt. And you have another
Oh,
situation
wow.
for another 40, 50 years. The only solution is give these people their freedom, man. What's the problem?
What do you mean by give them their freedom? What does that mean, their freedom?
You just give them their state under international law, under the United Nations resolutions 194, 242. We already have the criteria. All they have to do is just withdraw.
Yeah.
But the problem is, since they started the peace process, they settled more than 700,000 Jews in these land that doesn't belong to them. You understand what's going on over there?
Not really. I don't really understand
Well, the
what's
whole
going on.
issue, it's about real estate. They just want the land, but they
Yeah.
have a problem. There's people living on that land. Now we live in a modern society. They can't get rid of them. You can't have a right away like they used to do in the 40s and 70s. Because what they used to start a war and just go nuts. If you could look it up, there's a lot of massacres, Israeli massacres against Palestinians to scare them so they could run away from the land and they take over. Yeah, you understand what's going on?
My guest Dylan Burns yesterday told me that back in the late 40s, the Israelis, according to him, tried to poison the water for the for the Palestinian people. I laugh, but it's crazy.
There was five massacres in 1940 when they declared the state of Israel. The problem is, Britain declared. I'm going to break it down to the 1890s. There's the Christian Zionists. The Christian Zionists are evangelists.
Yeah.
Who have this idea that if they put all the Jews inside Israel, they will bring about the rapture of Jesus Christ coming to being.
Okay.
So the whole idea started with Christian Zionists in the 1890s, who gave the idea of a Jewish state, and they worked toward it. In 1917, they had the Balfour Declaration, where they're going to give a future state for the Jews. Until today, now the American Zionists are in charge. They give millions, hundreds of millions of dollars to resettle Jews and to stifle the Palestinian cause. Now and it's a shame that these Christian Zionists are working so hard to settle Jews, but not take care of the Arab Christians who have dwindled to a few thousands.
Wow.
In Jerusalem, in Gaza, they have Christians. They have a lot of Arab Christians who are Palestinians, but they don't even get $1 from these so-called evangelists who want to bring Jesus to thing.
Yeah.
Now,
there are some Christian Zionists who don't know anything about the rapture, but they were told to support Israel. Like God said in the Bible, "I'll bless those who bless Israel and curse those who curse Israel." But that doesn't mean you have to totally disregard the other people, but you just wish Israel well.
That's what they do. Remember Asa Hutchinson when he was on the debate stage? He had the Israeli flag on his.
He's the anti-Trump guy, right? He did. He had an Israeli flag as well as the American flag, or just the Israeli flag?
No, but next to each other. I'm like, what the fuck are you? You running for
Keep it clean, man. Keep it.
Excuse me.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, this is the New York comes out of me.
Sorry,
the
kids.
The whole idea is apologize. I don't even think kids are up this early in California.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, Hake, is that I was watching the debate. I'm like, what's wrong with these people? I mean, why does he have? Is he an American or an Israeli? And the whole idea is that America, we give $4 billion a year.
Go ahead.
Did I mess up on anything?
No. I was just having them turn up your volume slightly because it seemed like you might be a touch quiet.
Yeah, the whole idea is that the problem right now is I'm good. You can hear me good?
I think so.
Yeah, let me see the on YouTube. Okay.
I have a few questions. You prompted a few questions in me hearing you talk about this situation. The one thing I was thinking about yesterday was I understand there are legitimate gripes and facts that back up what you guys say, you guys being like the critics of Israel and the people who are for the Palestinians. But there is a problem of people falling into a victimhood mentality. And there's a lot of, like the Black Lives Matter has gone like way too far with.
Who's saying the victims, us or them?
I'm calling the Palestinians being treated like they're little victims, and some of them feeling like they're victims, and people and people on our side, people in America who support victim people, quote unquote victim people, like Black Lives Matter and all that. They support Palestine, and I don't like that because victims become perpetrators.
No, I'm going to tell you what. There's a big difference. Blacks in America are full citizens. They have full rights. They are American citizens. And they are part of the country. We're not occupying a black state here. It's the United States of America. What we have here is civil issues or problem or just social issues. What you have in Israel is not victimization. Is that you have a people who are under occupation. The whole idea is people want to live free. The United States freed itself from the English, right or wrong. So the whole idea is Israel is occupying a land that doesn't, under international law, they're not supposed to be there in the first place. And they're forcing, you should see what they do to the Palestinians. They have like, people just got to go on Google, on YouTube, and just, when they finish the show, you got to watch the show first.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know. You got just go to Hebron, Palestinian settlers, Jewish settlers in Hebron. You should see how they treat the Palestinian. There's a city in Hebron where they take over houses. Let's say the Palestinian family would go to the market to buy some stuff. Israeli settlers will just take over the house, and that's it. You can't do nothing. And the idea of the army would protect the settlers and not kick them out, and they become homeless in 3 minutes. And they just live in there. They come ready with the mattresses, like 100. I'm gonna send you videos to you when I get them. It's not victimization. I know you have the idea. If they were part of the Israeli state, like there's 20% Arabs inside Israel, then you could say there's a victimization because they're part of the state. You understand?
Yeah.
They are full citizens. But when you are under occupation, that's like people in California. If Mexico is in California and the Californians, like you're fighting to get them out, I can't call. I can't say, oh, this is victimhood by the Californians. You want to get the Mexicans out of California,
right?
Because that's a different country.
Yeah, they don't belong there.
Yeah, they have confused. You have two problems here. You have the old guard. You have legacy media. You know, like the MSNBC. These are people who depends on money for ads from you know who.
Yeah.
And you have the politicians, the old guard, who are owned by the Israeli lobbyists called AIPAC, where they spend hundreds of millions of dollars a year. And then you have the people who have awakened, the normal people in universities, me, the people in the grocery store, regular American have awakened to the issue and are well read, and they're against it. You see, there are even Jews protesting against the Israeli. 100,000 came out, the terror Jews, they called them. In New York, they come out, 100,000 Jews came out. And all over the world, everybody knows. The only people who are still siding with the occupation and the illegal occupation and the oppression and the brutal occupation it's the state, senators and congressmen who are beholden. You know, I always say Pat Buchanan used to be a conservative American. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah,
you know him.
A little bit familiar. He used to be friends. I think he's still friends, but he's he's up in age now with Jesse Lee Peterson.
Older. You know what he used to say? He used to say that the U.S. Congress is the occupied territories in the United States. That is that Israel occupies Congress. He was right. You see how they were rushing? We got to get a House speakers because we got to send the package to Israel. That was all it. I was like, I hope they don't pick a House speaker. That's $106 billion that's going to go out the door. We were saving money by not having a House speaker in Congress.
Funny,
and they just sent. And Joe Biden runs to Israel and hugs Netanyahu. What is all that show for? For what? He's killing children. 7 Palestinians have been killed. 3,000 are children, women and children. These are murders. These people, if you look at the Bible, in their old Bible, in Samuel, I don't know, it's called, I think it's 15:3, kill all the men, women, children, the ox, the donkeys, and the camels. They have to print out. They are bombing whole neighborhoods.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Hamas is using them as a human shield. How do you know from 20,000 feet? Because
fair question. It's hard to know what the real truth is about what's going on in that part of the world. And it doesn't really matter to me. I just like the human nature aspect of it. It matters to me in that since it matters to so many other people in their mind here in America. And it is odd that that we have both Democrats and rhinos, quote unquote, supporting Israel. I don't agree with the Democrats and rhinos about anything else, But I'm okay with a little support of Israel in terms of they should do some form of retaliation against the perpetrators from that attack on the 7th of October.
Yeah, but okay, I agree with you. They did attack, and don't believe the hype like they say. There was no rape. They didn't
There was no
kill
rapes?
civilians. Yeah,
Or it was overstated?
the Hamas organization is an Islamic organization. They adhere to Islamic law, so they have to fight within the laws of Islam. Even the civilians that were killed, what happened is the Palestinians were wearing IDF uniforms, and they took over a whole compound. They killed at least 700, 800 Jewish soldiers. But there was people in there. When the army, 6 hours, it took the IDF. I don't believe it. There was something's going on. You could drive from one end of Israel to the other in 3 hours. It took 6 hours for the Israeli army to come.
Oh, wow.
When they came, there was a lot of confusion. They didn't know who was an IDF soldier because they look alike. Arabs and some Israelis, they look alike.
Okay.
There was a lot of crossfire. Most of the people who were killed by Israeli fire. A woman.
Oh, really? Where'd you get that?
Well, I called a lady called Israeli radio.
Oh, okay.
She was there. She said, well, there was a lot of crossfire.
Well, that happens a lot in war. Friendly fire.
Yeah.
So I could believe that some of that would happen for sure.
Yeah, but when they said there was burned bodies, the Arabs, the Palestinians don't have strong weapons that could burn a whole. They had AK-47. The Israeli army had tanks and things of that nature. Okay, let's say that's wrong, right?
Yeah.
Okay, imagine since 2006, 2 million people are held hostage inside a 25-mile area called Gaza. It's been called the open air prison. Put Gaza, the open air prison. They can't go in, they can't go out. 80% of their water is dirty. They have not enough food. They are in a virtual jail. There won't be no problem. Withdraw, go back to Israel, build a wall on your border, do whatever you want, and let these people get their country back. It's very simple. They confuse America. And when you say it doesn't matter to you right now, Americans' treasure is in there. You have 3,000 American troops. They're already in there. These Americans fighting right now.
In the Middle East?
In Gaza right now.
Oh, in Gaza?
Yesterday, Biden bombed in Syria.
Right. I heard about that.
We're slowly walking into war. Israel, you see, this is the funny thing. Usually a power country like the United States, Israel would be the client state. But there's the opposite. The United States has become the client state of Israel. We do their biddings. The Iraqi war was done to protect Israeli national security because they were afraid of Saddam Hussein. Right now, they're trying to get us to go into a war with Iran. 90 million people or 80 million people, and they're not, it's not going to be like Iraq. They want us to do their deeds because the Israeli soldier by nature is a coward. The only thing he does is beat up women, blow up buildings. He cannot fight face to face.
Where are you getting this? That the Israeli soldiers are cowards and beat up women?
In 2006, they had a war with Hezbollah in Lebanon, and when they were face to face, they ran away from the front line. Even the Israeli military had a report. They say they were cowards.
I hear that they have a lot of liberals in that country.
Well, no, the Israeli soldier, what they do is they bomb cities. If you get into a situation with them, is they have the best weapons in the world. It's an American law that they have they have to have I don't know what the law is called. I got to look for it. It's a law in the United States that Israel has to have the best weapons. I don't understand that. What they do is they bomb cities. They bombed Beirut in 2006. The war is in the border, and they bomb in the city. There's nobody there, and what they do is they're into the real estate business.
Nobody meaning no soldiers in Beirut.
Huh?
You said they bombed the city of Beirut in Lebanon, right?
Yeah, and they were the war. It's a militant. It's not even the Lebanese army. It's Hezbollah. They fight in the border, and they bomb in Beirut. They bombed it, and they destroyed the whole city. On purpose. And right now they say, oh, they gotta get even. Oh, kill women and children. You're gonna kill 7,000 people. Okay, let's do the rate exchange here. How much is a Jew to an Arab? What's the ratio here? How much we gotta kill Arabs for a Jew? What's going on here?
Yeah,
more lives worth than others.
I don't think so. I think that you should limit the killing to as little as possible.
Let me tell you,
I would think
they're too coward. They're not gonna go in and fight like men. I'm telling you, they get defeated. They don't fight. They have the best weapon. The only thing they have is they have weapons. And when you say it doesn't concern you,
Yeah.
right now there's 2 billion Muslims and Arabs watching TV, and they're seeing the slaughter going on, and they see this American support just is not even hidden. Blinken, we got your back. We got your back. And Sleepy Joe goes in there and starts hugging them, and he sends 2 aircraft carriers. They're like, that's eradication. And people start to hate America. They're like,
Right.
our enemy is not these guys. Our enemy is the United States. And then you're going to have another 9/11 and another 9/11 and another 9/11. Because
That's
right
my
now,
concern.
a lot of young people are watching. I mean, there's a lot of feelings going on there.
Exactly.
They see no justice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
how
that's
come?
that's the main concern that I first asked you about was this. Given what you said, and I don't know what the facts are about history and all that stuff,
You gotta
or what's
read
going
what's
on
going
present day, but the revenge, because it's constant revenge, back and forth, and it's never going to end. I don't
Okay,
think that it's wise that
okay.
we feed into people's feelings of victimhood. I've noticed that you mentioned there are many white Americans and even Hispanic Americans and Black Americans in California and elsewhere who don't like the illegals coming into the country or injustices with the police or the politicians. But once we feel like we're victims, then we're self-defeated, and
You
we're
can't
only
say-
going to lash out in the wrong way and hurt other people, and only going to bring more trouble on ourselves.
Under God's law and under international law, every nation has the right to self-determination. Every people have the right to self-determination and free their land. There's a difference. If somebody's playing victimhood in the United States, that's an American citizen who's acting stupid. You have all these resources. You have this rich country. You have
Right.
opportunities. You are part of the American system. So you could have that critique of that certain population if you want to. But these are not part of Israel. What I'm trying to get into is that.
But you mentioned the terror attacks. That's what I'm concerned about. Is that people who feel like victims become terrorists because normal Arabs who suffer injustices could fight back in the right way or suffer with dignity or whatever. But if they turn into revenge or 9/11 terror attacks or whatever.
It's not. You see, this is the brainwashing that goes on. These people, Israel is making peace with all the country, the Abrahamic Accord, with all the countries in the region, but are not making peace with the people they're supposed to make peace with, the Palestinians. That's the people you have the issue with. You know, that you occupying their land. That's the people you got to make peace. You make peace with your enemies, not with somebody all around it.
Right.
So the Palestinian felt betrayed. They have this. They are they are in a virtual jail. They have no life. They have no future. They are living as modern-day slaves. And when you say, oh, they got revenge. Okay, let's say Gaza has Hamas, right? Let's say, okay, that's a problem, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the West Bank, there's no Hamas. Still,
Right.
this year, 200 were killed and 37 were children by the settlers and the Jewish army inside there. So the issue here is not Hamas. The issue here is the occupation. When you get sick and you go to the doctor, you tell them the systems. Oh, I got fever, and then it's like, oh, you look at the cause and give you an antibiotics for the cause of that disease that you're having, right or wrong?
Yes. Right.
When you get sick. So
you deal with the root issue.
Yeah, the root issue is the occupation. You get rid of the occupation, there's no problem. That's it. It's game over. You withdraw. You go home. The Israeli stop settling. Withdraw out of the land you're already stealing, and just go to Israel. You have a country that is 77% of what used to be Palestine. You're fighting over 23% that's left. Just go home.
I don't know if that's the root issue, man, because I think
what do you mean it is? I'm from the region. I'm an Arab.
I get that that's your diagnosis of the root issue, and you may have a lot of facts to back it up, but
what's the problem?
The problem is people are evil. And
so they got up one day and said, well, let's see, we're going to go attack the Israeli army post outside of where they're holding us prisoners. Well, just for the hell of it, we're going to go kill all these women and children and come back. No, for every action, there's a reaction.
Right. And it's only going to get worse like that.
The Palestinians have every right to fight, kill, and maim, and murder any Israeli soldier on their land. because Israel is
Not
on the
murder.
offensive.
Come on. I disavow that.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing. That's what I had a debate
Like
with somebody.
war and murder is the same thing
No,
as
no,
what you're saying?
yeah, it's killing. Killing is killing. We're playing with words, right?
Right.
Semantics,
Yeah, I
right?
know. Yep.
Because I had a guy saying his name is Canto something, I don't know, counterbalance or counterpoint.
Oh, yeah,
He
I've
said,
heard of him.
well,
I
yeah, he
debated
said,
with him
well,
before.
yeah, he's saying, well, the difference here is that the Palestinians were killing face to face, but those people are throwing bombs from the sky. Oh, that's a big difference. So you don't see the victims. It's okay. You understand how people make these
I
excuses?
know. Yeah, yeah.
I want your audience, I want you. I will swear to you on my kids and children that I have not lied or tried to spread any propaganda in any way. What I'm telling you is just the facts of what's going on in that region. There's an occupation. Even the UN general, look at it. The UN general, they're trying to get him fired now. He spoke. He said, "This did not come out of a vacuum.
Right.
75 years of land theft, people in jail. People are there's like 7,000 Palestinians in jail for no reason. Women and children, and killing them. They tried last year the great I don't know, they call it the great comeback. They tried to go back like the Martin Luther King way. They got the sharpshooter. They were shooting them all day. They were picking them like pineapples.
Say that. Where was this again?
It's called the Great Return in Gaza.
Okay.
Look at it. Last year they organized a peaceful march. They want to go back to their homes because they're refugees still. Their land is actually inside Israel. The Gazians. So they said, okay, we're gonna do the peaceful way. They try to march back every day. The Israeli was just killing them with snipers. They were maiming them. They were shooting them in their knees to disable them after a while because people complained they kill them. It shows you the evil. The whole idea, the American people are good-hearted people. You understand? But they don't make their own decision. But they're dumb when it comes to foreign policy. You understand?
I could believe that.
Yeah, it is. The State Department is full of the J boys. The Pentagon is full of the J boys. Did you see the picture I sent you? The photo?
I did see that. Oh, I could bring that. I wonder if I should have to disavow this, though. Probably have to disavow it for the sake of my channel.
Disavow it. It's the truth. I mean, why you guys disavow stuff? Why are you guys afraid? I don't understand, man.
Oh, because I want to keep my YouTube channel. This is not.
No, I'm not talking about it. I mean,
oh yeah.
You see it. You see the control they have over those people. Those guys have over the U.S. government in the best places. And for minority, that's a lot of success. And I'm jealous of them here in the United States. And I'm going to get Biden's going to lose Michigan, by the way. So you should be happy that he's going to lose the presidency. You know that, right?
You think so?
Because the Arabs, they gave him Michigan every time. He's not going to get it this year. They're all organized. They're starting to organize. They're going to vote.
They're going to vote for Trump?
No, they're not going to vote for Trump. Trump is a bigger idiot. You know what he does? As soon as he goes, well, when I be president, I'm going to put a Muslim ban, deport all the Muslims. Idiot, shut up. You're going to get the vote. Just be quiet and let it work your way for a second. They're going to vote down ballot. They're going to.
So all the Democrats except for Biden.
Except for Biden, which is going to give the state to the Republican, whoever is running. Because the last time Trump won it by 11,000 when he won against Hillary.
Okay.
And you have more than 1 million Arabs in Dearborn, Michigan, and all over Michigan. They've been there since the 19th centuries when they used to work for Ford and all that stuff. So the whole idea is that to your chat room, I want you to educate yourself. The best way to educate yourself is read, and don't read mainstream media. Go on your own. Just write the occupation, the root occupation. Where is Palestine? Where is Israel? It's going to give you everything. Google is there for you.
Yeah, I know.
Google's kind of. It's not like the old days when these pundits, mostly the J boys, well, Israel is the only democratic state in the Middle East.
I don't like that type of talk. I don't believe in democracy.
And it's surrounded by all these enemies and it has to survive. There's no enemies. It's a friend with everybody except the Palestinians, and they're using tremendous force.
Okay. You brought up that picture, and I want to show the picture. And I disavow this for the sake of my channel, but he brings up an interesting point. This is the cabinet of, according to the meme shared by Omar to me, of the Biden administration. You see it in there, Hassan? It has the Secretary of Treasury, Janet Yellen, not a Christian. I guess
He's from
she's
Brooklyn. She had the biggest Brooklyn accent, Jewish accents in the world. Yeah.
Merrick Garland, the so-called Attorney General of the United States. That was Obama's pick for the Supreme Court. Thank God we didn't put him in the Supreme Court. Also not a Christian. You see it in the folder there, Hassan? Image 3448, JPEG. I think it's in there. Secretary of Home. Well, maybe it's just for the. It's all for the best if we don't show it.
There's nothing wrong.
Alejandro Mayorkas, Secretary of so-called Homeland Security, not a Christian. Avril Haines, a female director of national intelligence, not a Christian.
Yep.
Ron Klain, White House Chief of Staff, not a Christian. Antony Blinken, so-called Secretary of State, joke of a Secretary of State, not a Christian.
Yeah.
Wendy Sherman, Deputy Secretary of State, not a Christian. And are you saying that these are all Israeli Americans, like they're dual citizens? Victoria Nuland, Secretary of State
They're Jewish Americans.
for Political Affairs.
Yeah.
Eric Lander, Office of Science and Technology Policy, and David S. Cohen, Director of the CIA. So, you know what? Trump's Jewish picks are better than Biden's Jewish picks.
Oh, a matter of fact, Trump is so good that he gave his beautiful wasp daughter 6 feet tall. She's an
tall.
Orthodox Jew. She's an Orthodox Jew right now.
I know.
She got those beautiful Jewish grandkids for Trump.
Yeah.
And they love their grandpa. I mean, that's why you can't say. That's why I say Trump is not a racist, because if he's a racist, his daughter would not be Jewish. You understand?
Right. Yeah.
So you guys, this great hope, this great leader of yours, I don't know. Yeah, you get the gist of it. The whole idea is
I'm not really a fan of Kushner or Ivanka. They are they're pretty liberal, and they're not very pro-America. So you got a point there.
What I showed you is that photo that I sent you. This is the levers of the U.S. government. That's the heart, the lung, the kidneys, the brain. That's Joe Biden is just a puppet up there.
Yeah, he's not a just man anyway. But Joe Biden is a joke, in my mind.
You know what? I was supporting him before that. Now he's not going to get my support.
Nice.
He's an idiot. He should have known better. Don't go out there and run to Israel and start hugging them. For what? Why did you go? What? I mean, it did make no sense for that 7-hour visit. Oh, we got to show solidarity. They just want your money and the weapons. Stay home, Joe. They don't really care about you. Have you heard of the USS Liberty? You know that, right?
I've heard of it. Yeah, we can. Let's talk about. I need to take a break. Are you able to hold over for 5 minutes?
I'll stay with you until tomorrow.
Okay, cool, man.
But the music you played, I played it on my channel. I got a what do you call that?
Copyright flag.
Yeah, for that Chinese thing you played the last time.
Yeah, I have another Chinese song to play.
Your channel is monetized or no?
No, I'm demonetized on YouTube, so I don't even mind.
That's why. Yeah, you can play anything you want. Okay, good. No problem.
All right, guys, it's Fob Friday. Shout out to the Asians, the Asian-Americans. This is Andy Lau. Hope you guys enjoy it. This is Wooden Fish and Goldfish. I haven't played it in a long time. Mu Yu Jin Yu. Fair enough.
Yeah.
JC from Little Rock, Arkansas, bought a coffee. A man who killed over 16 people, and you say you want to know the motive. Yikes! Triple exclamation mark. Why wouldn't I want to know the motive for a murder, for a mass murder? To borrow from Uncle Tony, what's wrong with you white folks? And yesterday you kept talking over Maze, but tried to hush her. Have you no shame? Well, Maze is my favorite caller. I had to hush her because she was talking while the guest was talking yesterday. Also, Mr. Mad begging? Yeah, right. You really know how to show love to fans. He was not begging, he was shilling. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. You can be racist and homophobic all day long, no such thing. But not as bad as other things. Hi to my #1 fan, John Frederick. Bye. Quadruple eye rolls emojis. Nice blue shirt, enemy. Carver bought a coffee. Question for Omar. Okay, question for Omar. Were you aware that in our culture it is considered extremely beta for an adult male to wear a ball cap indoors? Asks Carver. Have you heard that?
No, never heard of it.
That's an old...
I'm 100% alpha male, trust me.
Nice.
If I survive in the street of Brooklyn, New York, with the brothers,
Yeah.
I'm an alpha. Trust me.
Right on.
There's no doubt about it.
You know a lot of Jewish people in New York, personally?
Well, in business, yes, because
Yeah.
they're all over the place. But when I grew up, imagine from third grade, I started third grade here to 12th grade. I never had a Jewish classmate. 'Cause
Wow.
they go to their own schools.
Oh
They
yeah.
had a lot of teachers. Well, the teachers were Jewish, and they were nice teachers. Some of the best teachers I had was them.
Yeah.
But they have when you go, you have all these yeshiva. You should see the school buses, the best new school buses in the world. City paid by your taxpayers. They don't intermix. They don't assimilate.
Yeah.
Even the neighborhoods, you have the secular Jews or atheists. They don't care.
Right.
They still live in their own neighborhoods, but they don't have that. But if you go to a certain area in New York, like Crown Heights, they have a fight with the blacks there over the.
Oh right. I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's like a Jewish enclave with the signs, everything. You think you're another country,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, they're racist too. When it comes to that.
And,
Yeah, no.
and I don't believe there's anything wrong with being a little racist. I mean, you keep to people can have a right to keep to themselves and
Yeah, well,
have
New
their
York is like,
preferences.
people have a misunderstanding. New York is segregated.
Yeah.
When you live in New York City, every area have its own people. Like
Yeah.
the Arabs, we live in the Bronx in a certain area.
Okay.
The Italians live mostly with the Irish. They have their own enclaves. The blacks have mostly their own areas. So there's a segregation, but not forced segregation. It's just people love to live with people they associate with. You understand? With their own
Yep.
kind. And it doesn't have to be all racism. You understand? But people still get along. I say I'm a Yankee fan. I go to the stadium. There's everybody in there, all kind of people in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you go to the neighborhoods in New York, people will be surprised. It's like segregated. You have the Chinese in certain areas. You have a lot of Chinese now there. You'll have all the Mexicans in a certain area, the Hispanics in certain areas. It's like segregated, like by mentally, like people just like to live with people they know or they associate with.
Comfortable with.
Normal stuff.
Yep. Exactly. Nothing wrong with that.
It's not racism. It's not forced, but this is how it is.
But just for your info, in the olden days, men took off their cap once they got inside, took off their hat once they got indoors.
Yeah, but we live in an age, is he really, is the hat really the problem? Men are cutting off their penises and becoming women, and you worried about Omar's hat? I mean, you have a lot of things to worry about.
We got to do broken windows masculinity, just like broken windows policing.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the show. Right now. I'm performing.
Nice.
Part of my as soon as I finish, I'm gonna take off my shirt. I'm gonna be only with my lessons and just watch a little TV there. I don't watch the news no more.
Right on, man. Spoiler alert, bought a coffee. Reminder that the Amish are all anti-vaxxers, and they're doing just fine. Yeah, and they're pretty healthy. They work. They walk. Walking is good for you.
I buy all my meat from there.
Nice.
You know that, right? We travel 2.5 hours there.
Oh, really?
I don't eat supermarket meat. I haven't ate like in 12 years.
Okay.
Freshly cut. I buy the lamb, or we buy a big bull.
Yep.
Like 5-7 of us, we share and we buy it, and they cut it for us, and we take it home. And we buy honey from them. They're very nice people.
Right on.
We buy their honey, we buy their meat. I go once a month. I have a big chest freezer in the basement. I fill it up with meat, and I just eat off it. I don't eat that garbage in the supermarket.
Right on, man.
Yeah, I don't trust where that food is coming from.
That sounds like a good setup. Barf boy bought a coffee. Let's hear that Chewbacca impression again, Hake. I didn't know that you're allowed to roll your tongue to make that noise. I thought it was in the back of his throat. You are familiar with Chewbacca at all, Omar? Or are you thinking I'm insane, or both? Maybe he doesn't know.
Oh, what'd you say?
Oh, I did a Chewbacca impression.
Yeah, so it does sound like him.
Oh, right on. Thank you, man.
But you're more handsome than him. That's the only thing.
I appreciate that. Almost as hairy.
Yeah.
Commander Kim over on Odyssey says, quote, "It's not possible for paragliders flying 2 miles per hour with lawnmower motors to make it over the most technologically advanced, most monitored border of the world undetected, to then conveniently land on unarmed, drugged-up hippies who moved their concert location 24 hours earlier, sitting ducks. 2 miles an hour, that sounds slow. It doesn't
The question is, how come it took 6 hours for the army to get there to help the small column of soldiers they have there? This is the question. Israel from one side to
That does sound
it's 2
that does
hours.
sound
It's
bad.
2 hours. You know what? Because Netanyahu is going to go to jail. He's under corruption investigation.
Oh,
Maybe he
BB.
did that. Yeah, maybe he did that. I don't think he did to wag the dog, what they call, or start a situation. And there was 1 million Israelis every Saturday. They used to come out and protest against the changes in the Supreme Court laws.
Right. Yeah.
So Israel
Excuse
was
me.
on the brink of a civil war. Hamas just helped unite them, really, with that dumb move they did.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah.
So the story is that paragliders, came in
That
like
was
on hang gliders
It was like the Mad
with
Max
lawnmower
movie.
motors.
You ever watched the Mad Max movies?
I have. Finally, over the last few years, I have seen some of
Yeah,
those.
that same thing. They gliders. These people they just imagine these people. They've been in isolation for almost 16 years. No equipment, no stuff coming in. They have all these rockets. They making them at home and stuff like that.
Yeah. With
Uh,
water pipes. Is that
it
true?
was weird. Yeah, it was weird the way they just came in and they just broke on the fence. Is one of the best fences in the world. Cameras, radars, everything you could think about. They have it there. And they overtook a military post. They killed more than 1,000 soldiers, Israeli soldiers.
Wow.
I saw you saw the videos. They
No,
were laying down.
I avoided. I wasn't even really on social media
That's
for a
why
few days, but I
this
didn't really
why
particularly want to watch gruesome
this
anything.
why I don't. This why I can assure you that they did not do what they said. There was a lot of dead Israeli. One of the Hamas guys who stepping on the face of one of the dead Israeli soldiers, and he's calling them, "You child killers, you child killers."
Oh,
And his commander came and smacked him and kicked him off the guy. He said, "Listen, we don't desecrate dead bodies."
oh,
In
wow.
Arabic, he said, he's dead. He's dead. We don't do that."
Yeah.
So if he's worried about him stepping on a dead soldier's face, this is all the first lie. They dissipated 40 babies. They try to create the
I
ISIS
know.
moment.
I don't believe any story that comes out. I don't necessarily automatically believe it.
The problem
So,
is the Jews own Hollywood. They're so creative, but they couldn't lie this time. Every time they lie, they used to get busted by American people. And then they
yeah.
said, well, but this is a funny one. They said they found some pamphlets inside the dead guy. So they had the maps to the schools, elementary schools.
Uh-huh.
The problem, the attack was on a Saturday. And
Oh,
it was a 10-day holiday for Yom Kippur. There's no school. So
right.
why would you have the map to go to an empty school? That's another lie. It blew up right in their face. They're not thinking it
Okay.
straight. And then the other one, they said they had a pamphlet of Al Qaeda, and he put it up. And the geniuses, in the internet world, they snapped the picture and they put it in reverse image, and they found out that was a lesson that was given in 2010 in a university concerning. You can't
Interesting.
lie. They lie so much that nobody believes them. Nobody
Yeah.
believes them. They're liars.
Well, I mean, that's war. It's just a propaganda war. This is a PR battle.
Yeah, but they lose them because in the old days, people used to believe them. Now that you have an awakened American society, there's an awakened American. They think them for themselves. They don't believe legacy media no more because they lie to you.
Yeah.
People don't. People used to watch CBS when I was growing up. They had 3 channels: CBS, MSC.
Yep.
It was like the Bible. We believe everything they said
Yeah.
because at that time they actually told the truth a little bit. But now you have 24-hour contact. They have to make up stuff just to continue to keep the people glued to their TVs.
Interesting, man.
To your followers, don't believe the hype. Don't believe
Yeah.
in legacy media. Don't believe in politicians. You got to read on your own, investigate on your own, read on your own. You got to Google. You got to go all over the place and educate yourself right now. You understand? Don't be the useful idiot they have you for all these generations. You understand?
Commander Kim with another couple of super chats on Odyssey. Both sides are being played. This is all about setting up a new war with new funding because money and interest was drying up in Ukraine. These wars only benefit the bankers and industrial war complex. Only Trump,
Absolutely.
she says, only Trump was the president of peace who put an end to the endless wars. Trump 2024. What do you say to that?
I don't like Trump. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I don't think he's not normal. He's the kind of guy who will shoot himself in the foot every day before he comes out. He doesn't have the mental capacity to have a real policies of things of that nature. He watches TV all day, drinks Diet Coke. He watches who compliments him that he's good looking or he's the smartest man in the world, and he watches Fox News all day. You need real thinking president. You don't have that. You had Reagan, who was a good president. George, the father, who was okay. You have Nixon was a good president, believe it or not.
I've heard that. I have that sense now. I'm not sure, but
he did a lot of
seem-
things. He did almost, all these liberal cabinets and stuff. He did him like the what is that? The EPA. He created
Oh,
the Environmental Protection Agency. He did a lot of stuff. But
I
people,
don't like that so much because that's been misused against the
I know,
people.
but he did a lot of stuff that liberal are using
Right.
now, and they hated him and got rid of him that time for that. He was just a drunk guy, whatever. But if you really look at his policy, he was the Vietnam War was a problem because he inherited it.
Okay.
But he was a good president. If you
Uh,
look at overall domestic wise, he was a good president.
just for the record, quick answer.
Yeah,
If it were between Biden and Trump, who would you go for?
nobody.
Nobody. You wouldn't
No,
vote. Okay.
I wouldn't because Trump.
So you don't
All
think
he has,
Trump? You don't think Trump
all
is
he has, he
better
could
than
have just
Biden?
shut up this week. He could have just shut up if he just be quiet. Everybody's hating on Biden, the Islamic community, the Arab community, and he goes on. Well, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna ban all the Muslim. I'm gonna deport all of them. Really, you're not gonna do it.
But the
You didn't
country
do it
was. But the country was prospering under Trump. Even if you don't like the things he says, and
not prospering. He spent $7 trillion. You see
he spent that money, but the people were doing well. Businesses was growing again.
well,
Manufacturing was coming back.
well, he was taking the money from the treasury. He was spending it on debt, borrowed money.
Yeah, I may disagree with some of that spending stuff, but the people were doing better.
But that's what helped the economy. We made money, but we still owed money. You understand?
Well, the country owed money, but the people were doing
you
well.
You owe money. The country is you. You're
Wow.
going to pay that.
I know, but I don't.
You're gonna,
Nobody really
you owe
cares
money.
about the national debt. We just pretend
all
to
you're
when
going
it's
to care right now.
when it's a Democrat in office.
No, and eventually it's going to collapse at the end
I
of the
understand
day.
that, yeah. And I don't think that I don't think that Trump would like that to continue to go out of control.
Trump was not his own man. Trump came to drain the swamp. He bought everybody in Merrill Lynch, all the guys, everybody in Wall Street was in his administration. He bought the
Yeah.
swamp to Washington.
All right. Let's
Come on,
let's move.
let's be honest.
I'm being
You
honest.
can't, you can't love a guy if he was his own man. No problem, I go for him anytime. I'm a New Yorker. He's from New York. We understand each other.
Nice.
We understand our language. I could tell when he's lying right away because I'm, in New York we have this thing. It's just a thing that we have feelings for each other. Don't even try that. Don't try that on me, man.
That's funny.
That's what he does. He boasts a lot. Like New Yorkers do that. They
I
talk,
like
they
that. I have no
overtalk, blah, blah,
problem with
blah,
that.
Yeah, but the problem is that if he was his own man, okay. What do? He recognized Israel's Golan Heights. He gave them the East Jerusalem. He gave them everything.
That's
What
fine.
did
There's
he
no
do?
problem with that, though. Those things didn't create war, though.
He didn't do nothing he didn't do nothing for you. The people who voted for him, they got
For
nothing.
me, he did. Yeah, I mean,
They got zero. No. I'm talking about the poor white folks in the Midwest, and he didn't get nothing. All he
people
did
were
was
doing
the tax-
better under him than today. Minus the
What's
China
the-
virus, but that's not
I don't
really his
understand.
fault.
What changed? Nothing changed.
There was more. He was.
I'm making
the
the
best
same
thing
money.
that I like about Trump, and then we'll move on because I got to get to
Yeah.
calls and things.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
The best thing I like about Trump is he is his own man. He speaks his mind and he stands on it, even when it's unpopular. He has the whole establishment against him.
Yeah, he did have that whole establishment against it, but the
Yeah.
problem is they knew his number. He used to say something, and they say, okay, we're gonna do it. Then they'll go. They won't do it. Then
Yeah.
they forget. They did that to him a lot. They were
Yeah,
doing that to
his
him.
own cabinet.
Yeah, they put all the information in front of them, and certain papers they would not let him see it. You understand? On purpose. They did their job.
That's
by
crazy.
bringing it by putting it
Yeah.
on the table, but they never showed him. They all said that.
Yeah, that's
They say
evil, man.
He used to yell and give orders and everything. They say, okay, Mr. President, and 2-3 hours you have a Diet Coke, watch some Fox News, and you forget what he said.
Last quick super chat from Commander Kim. End the occupation. Send the Arabs and Jews out of Gaza and give it back to the Christians, she says.
They are Christians there. They just bombed the Christian church. Nobody said anything. Why did you guys do
That's what I heard about.
Yeah, they killed a lot of Christians. There's only 1,100 Christians left there, and they killed them.
Wow.
Tell
What a
you,
mess.
these guys are murders. These are serial murders, man.
I wouldn't
They're
say
evil.
that. I wouldn't doubt that there's violence and injustice on many sides down there.
You can't compare. You can't compare the cow to the butcher. That's
That's a funny line.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Let's get to some
Butchers are
calls,
women.
man, and then we'll talk about the other things that you mentioned. And there was one other thing that I wanted to bring up. Remel, though, is a first-time caller from New York. Is
Yeah,
it
what's
Remel
up,
or
man?
Remel? Remel in New York.
It's Ramel.
Hey, thanks for holding, man. You're live with Omar of Third Rail with Omar, Empowered Man podcast. What's up, man?
Nothing. First thing I want to say is there's no such thing as a liberal alpha. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So he said he's an alpha, but he's liberal. It doesn't make sense.
Are you liberal?
But I'm a traditional like house. I believe in marriage, house. I don't believe that feminist movement, all that garbage and stuff like that. You're gonna see me tonight. I'm gonna be debating feminists.
Oh, nice.
At
On
6 o'clock,
which show?
Wick TV.
Wicked TV.
Wicked TV. That's the guy's name. I'm gonna be defending the feminists and destroy the women and the family.
Okay.
So, brother, look at it. You're gonna see me. I don't stand for that feminist movement, all of that stuff. The LBYTQRT, STV, XY, whatever it's called. What I believe in civil rights. Yes, this is my liberalism come in. The economic justice, yes. Health justice, yes. But all the other social issues, no, I don't believe that. And that stuff that my children should be exposed to, things that they should not be exposed to.
Are you going to share that on your channel? Because I'm searching it. I don't see it pulling up. Share it on a community post on your channel, Omar.
Wick TV.
Wick TV? How do you spell it?
WH. You've been on, I think, WHICK TV.
Okay.
You see it? The guy looks like a wizard.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I'm going to be on tonight at 6 o'clock.
All right.
Well, you're going to see your boy defend burn down the feminists. And
nice.
They're going to hate me. They're going to hate me.
Okay. Continue, Ramel.
What part of New York you from, Ramel?
Omar, do you consider yourself an American?
Of course, 100%, man. Brooklyn. Grew up in the streets of Brooklyn. Where are you from? Brooklyn or from where?
I live in Brooklyn, but I'm from the Bronx.
Yeah. Well, I had a business in the Bronx, Broadway and 231st.
Okay, uptown, yeah.
Yeah, I had there, and I grew up in the streets of Brooklyn. I grew up, went to school in Coney Island, New York.
You said you're American, so you're an American, but you're not American first.
What does that mean?
Is that what I'm hearing from you?
When did I say that?
You're talking about how we should not assist allies out of fear of another 9/11?
No, what I'm saying is that we should not assist injustices. We as Americans should stop an injustice when it's happening. We should not give our treasure $14 billion, $4 billion a year, no question asked, to another state. We should take care of our own. You have a lot of homelessness. You have veterans. You have 50,000 veterans that are homeless every day in the streets of America. You have 6,000 veterans that kill themselves every year. Since 2001, 120,000 veterans that's a war, have killed themselves through suicide. You need to take care of your own first before you give your money away to other people. You understand? That's what I'm all about. That's an American first. That's an American first.
I agree with that, but you made a statement that the rest of the Muslim world is looking at this conflict.
Well, they're looking at the atrocity that's going on.
And then we're going to have another 9/11 and another 9/11. That was just quotation.
Okay,
that's what you said.
I'm going to clarify that to you. What's going on? There's a lot of atrocity that's going on in Gaza. 7,000 people have been killed in 2 weeks, and 3,000 of them are Arab Muslim children. And when they see the United States unconditional support, instead of playing the diplomatic role of a ceasefire, of trying to prevent any more damages, or try to be like they used to do before, or even pretend to be an even-handed referee, I say it's going to create hatred of America. And it's going to radicalize.
Is the hatred not already there? Because I'm confused.
No, there's no hatred. America has a good.
So the Muslim world loves America.
Yeah, they're all friends of America. What do you think all the money?
You're not an honest guy, Omar. You're not honest. You're not an honest guy.
All the Arab money is in your banks. What do you think? How the petrodollar, the American dollar, depends on the petrodollar.
The majority of the Arab world loves America, Omar.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say. I don't know.
You can't, because you would be lying.
Yeah, but I mean, who hates you? Who? What country?
What do you mean, who? All of you.
Nobody.
You too. That's why you come here, to be liberal.
Oh, then you got your little brother, man. You better relax there, man. I don't hate America, man. Relax.
You do. That's why you come here with your Arab ways and try to twist the system to fit. Because you said you're not a liberal, you're not a conservative, you're opportunist.
We're the only people who open businesses in your neighborhoods where whites are not able to bring you food and feed you.
You said that before.
Because they scare of you.
That's out of the kindness of your heart.
because they get robbed every day. But we beat the daylight out of idiots that go in there and try to play games with us because we come from a tough neighborhood in the Middle East. You can't play that game on us. You should be appreciative. You got desert
now
food there.
You lie. So you're telling me you're from Yemen, right? Correct?
Brother, I'm an American citizen just like you. Yes, I am.
But you're originally from Yemen, am I correct?
I'm probably, yes.
Now, I know,
to this.
so you know that your people, y'all come here, the next generation are just like the blacks. Am I correct?
Yeah, because we associate with that culture.
He means like victim mindset.
No,
anti-white.
No, they're young. The young Arabs, they like rap music. They dress like black.
Oh, yeah.
Hispanics.
Yeah, they sell drugs out of the stores. They eat pork.
No, they don't eat pork. Nobody. A Muslim will do everything in the world, but doesn't eat pork. He'll say, "I'm a Muslim."
You lie.
He'll get drunk.
You lie, Omar. You lie. I'm not speaking out of the air here. You're lying. You're not an honest guy, bro.
Well, I mean, do I know what people eat? I mean, this is the most idiotic conversation we're having. I'm gonna. Okay, they eat pork.
No, my whole point of this conversation is that you're an opportunist. You came to America for opportunity, but you want to change it. Why not change Yemen?
Well, I mean, what's the hurt in you? I mean, how are we hurting you?
No, I'm not hurt. I'm asking why not change the country you're from instead of coming here to try to change it in your benefit?
How do we change in the United States? We're like 1%. Your problem is the people in power.
You're on the side of
hold on. You see, hold on. Our brother Hake just read you who holds the power in the United States, and you complain about a guy who owns a deli? Come on, man. This is the problem with the United States.
But he's saying that you support liberals, and the liberals are the ones who are for changing America.
Well, we're not changing America. Well, I mean,
because you yourself, Omar, said that you want whites to. You said on my show a couple of appearances ago that you believe that whites should remain the majority of the country.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But you're a liberal, and so you're supporting Democrats who are for the replacement of the whites by.
The whole idea, you see, you have to.
And you're in favor of helping the minority. You're in favor of helping the minority. You're in favor of making laws to benefit minorities, which doesn't make sense.
You sound black, man. You sound.
Yeah, he is black. He's black.
Okay,
pretty
you
sure.
are the minority. You are the minority. What the hell are you talking about?
But he's not for. He doesn't want help. He was an American and an independent-minded man.
That's good. Good for him. Okay, congratulations. That's good for you. But we're gonna help the people who can't help it, who doesn't have that.
I sense a little anger from you, Omar.
You have a lot. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. You have a lot of problem in the black community. You have no fathers. The household is broken. You only have mothers, women raising men, and when women raise men, they're not real men. They become idiots, and there's a study that most black men who are raised by women become criminals. You have a lot of issues.
I agree with all of that. But why not fix Yemen?
But that's from the liberalism. That's partly because of liberalism.
I mean,
why not fix Yemen? Why? Why not fix Yemen to benefit you?
What was wrong with Yemen that your family brought you here?
I came here for economic reasons. I mean, what is it? Is there a problem? Everybody comes
for economic reasons.
Yeah.
So
opportunity.
I made more money than you're making in 10 generations. I had more than 10 to 15 stores in one time. No,
Omar's triggered, man. He's triggered.
Hake.
Yeah.
I have opened more businesses than this guy has teeth in his mouth. You understand? And I have paid more taxes than he'll ever pay him and his.
But he asked, and you didn't. You came as a kid, so your father came.
Yeah. So I don't really.
Your father, your family came from Yemen.
Yeah, but
why couldn't they make the opportunities in Yemen?
They don't have that opportunity. We have a lot of land. We have more. I have maybe land. I don't know how many acres we have, but we were farmers. But we stopped. My grandfather. I told you he used to work for the British, and he was those sailors. What do you call it? The merchant marines.
Okay.
They called them. Yeah. He came in 1953. He liked it. He settled, and he became an American citizen. And that's it. And he started that process.
I think it's because Ramel. I think it's because we're open for allowing ourselves to be taken advantage of.
Not an advantage.
For sure.
The 1964 Immigration Act.
Right.
They come here and they become social justice warriors. But this is not just for the Yemenis, or how you say it. This is for the immigrants in general. Y'all come here to escape your S-hole country.
See?
But then y'all come here and turn it into where you left. You come here, you talk about we do this because we're from a tough neighborhood in Yemen. Go back there.
I'm going to tell you something. When you fix your neighborhood and your area, then we could talk. You have an issue with your people now. I'm going to be a little racist here because you're being a douchebag here. Excuse my language. When you fix your neighborhoods, and you could talk right now because you're not. Then we could talk. Right now, go to Morris Park. You see how beautiful our neighborhood is.
Go to Morris Park. We see how beautiful. Yeah. It's not your neighborhood. You're visited.
It is. It's called Little Yemen now. We took it over.
I'm familiar. I'm from Pelham Parkway.
We took it over there. We took the whole neighborhood. We got mosques, we got schools, we got bazaars, we got gold, we got places there. That's it. It's over. See how safe and beautiful it is. Look,
I appreciate you for exposing yourself as the opportunist that you are.
I will always be.
You have a little anger in you. You need to forgive your mother.
Because I'm responding. You telling me my country is a shithole country, my native country. That should not be offended by that.
No, because you left there.
Still, this is where I'm from. Where are you from?
You left there. You won't go back.
Okay, name your country.
And you call yourself an American. So why wouldn't I believe that it's an asshole country?
Hake probably could trace his lineage to Irish. He looks Irish with the red hair and all that stuff.
Scottish, Danish, English, and American.
He's a mutt. Okay, he's a mix. But he traces. Where are you from?
Well, I'm American. I'm from America.
No, the American Indians are from America. Where you from?
No, there is no American Indians. There was no America when the Indians was here.
Let's go to the next call. He has nothing to talk. He doesn't.
You lie. You're such a liar and a triggered man, bro.
What's wrong with you? You don't even know where you're from. You understand? This is the problem.
There was American Indians here. So you're talking about America. It was existed before America was founded, and they're from India.
The native Indians.
Make it make sense, buddy.
The native Indians were the real Americans. Everybody.
No, man. See, that's liberal talk.
There was no America. That makes no sense.
Yeah, true. They didn't have the country.
There was no America.
I appreciate it, Ramel. Good call, man. Appreciate you.
All right, man. Have a good one, Hake. Omar, you're a bad man, man.
Yeah, all right, man. Good luck, man.
All right, take care.
I'm to the store. I'll give you some credit.
Eric from Arizona is on the line. He has a comment on Trump increasing the budget. Eric in Arizona, you're live with Omar. Third rail, Omar. Go ahead.
Hey, hello, Hake.
Hey.
Hello, Omar.
Hi, how are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm doing well. How are you?
Great.
Go ahead.
Am I coming in clear? Okay.
Yep.
I just oftentimes, we hear about all the money that Trump spent, right? And I think that he had to make things right, and he was working with people that were working against him on some levels, because people also comment negatively about who he picked for his staff, right?
Yeah.
But when a man enters a situation like that from the outside, and he goes to right something, he's going to have to have these men represent themselves, and it's going to take a few years. This is why his second term was so important, because he was going to be able to see everybody for exactly who they were. That's why he was so scary in my mind for the establishment.
I'm going to talk. Go ahead, finish.
That didn't happen. Give me a second.
Yeah, take your time.
But that didn't happen for him, So the swamp remained the swamp. We couldn't identify these creatures, So
I thought Ted Cruz was. I thought Ted Cruz was a solid guy until I saw him on the debate stage looking like a clown, phony
he's a
politician.
He's a liar.
Next to Trump. Trump exposed lying Ted.
Exposed a lot of people. Unfortunately, he couldn't fire all of them, right? Because he didn't get that second term. But he had to be patient with some of these men. Yes.
No, I'm going to tell you what happened to Trump. The problem with Trump is that he brought these people in with him. He brought people from Wall Street, like 10 people.
He didn't have anybody, man. He didn't bring anybody in with him. He used. He's an intelligent man. He used the people that were there. He had to, because those were the workers that were working the situation. They were working. How would you go into a factory and fire everybody that had all the experience? You would come to a standstill.
Fair question.
He had to allow these men to represent themselves, and this is why his next 4 years were so important, because he was going to begin to eliminate more people as they expose themselves.
Yeah, this is not a trial and error job. You either got to be the president or go to sleep.
You're a perfectionist, but perfection has no room when you're taking over the corporation that is the United States government. You have to work within the means that's there, and then you identify.
The people he brought him in with him. These people were not there. He's the one who hired them.
No,
That's the problem.
He didn't bring in people from the outside. They were already involved in the government in some capacity. But he had to allow
except
them
for
to
Kushner,
represent
but
himself.
yeah.
No, Gary Cohen was from Munchin, the treasury was from Wall Street. All of them were from Wall Street. Maybe every person like that, Wilbur Ross, that guy was like 90 years old. He used to fall asleep at the cabinet meeting. Is from Wall Street.
That's
single person.
That's three.
All of them. Everybody. Name one person that came from a normal place. He could have hired different people. It's a job.
How would he know? How would he know, though? This is the point. How would he know how good they were? How would he know if he's coming from the outside in, all the way from the outside? How would he abandon all that experience? Think about it. You say you've owned a business. So how would you abandon, if you bought a business that had workers, how would you abandon that experience?
These people were not in government. People were not there. They were not in government. These people came from the street. He hired them. They never were in government.
There was one guy whom I liked. I'm blanking on his name, but he was an economics guy, and he was a radio host, a longtime radio host. And I don't think he was a bad guy.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. The guy they arrested, right? I don't know. I forgot their name. Man.
I don't know if he was arrested. Yeah,
we're getting old. The whole idea is that what you're saying is that I could see if he came in and fired people that already existed in the government. Okay, I can agree he can't fire them because they're there and they have the experience. But these people, he got them from the streets. He hired them from nowhere. They came out of nowhere. And he's a smart businessman. He's been in business. He should have been able to hire better people or people that are not involved with Wall Street. It's very easy. Just don't get people from Wall Street.
No, it's not.
If you bring people from Wall Street, it's going to be all about money, how to make money for themselves.
But you
have to allow people to represent themselves, and then you can identify them, and then that
my friend, it's not a trial and error.
Hold on. That allows honest men to really come up, but you have to give people. It's not giving them a chance. You just have to allow them to represent themselves for who they are, so you could know. Because that same man may make a different choice. He may surpass his image and actually do the right thing because he recognizes that Trump was for something different. So, and that's what Trump allowed. He literally worked with people.
And that's what you have to do. You're going to have to work with people who you disagree with, because that's the world.
He was against the swamp, right? It wasn't his whole gig, was it? That he doesn't.
He got rid of a lot of mess.
A
lot of bad regulations.
Hey, forget about the regular. He bought the whole.
No, you can't. Go ahead.
These people were working against him. The people he hired were all working for themselves. He bought garbage. He hired garbage. Everybody knows he's hiring. Everybody
most people are garbage.
I was saying that. I'm not even a president. I was saying, why is he hiring everybody from Wall Street?
He couldn't hire me because I'm not. I don't know how to deal with this stuff.
He could have got good advices, like conservative advisors, like Pat Buchanan.
Yeah, true.
How would you know they're good until you hire them?
This is not a trial. This is the presidency of the United States.
I think he'll come back better than ever. I predict he'll win. And be better than ever.
The guy is walking with nuclear codes in his pocket, and you want him to trial and error? We're going to give him time. Maybe this guy's.
He's been able to see everybody's reaction. So you're absolutely right, Hake. And it's only because he's been able to see their reactions to him that now he knows. He's been able to connect dots, and he's waiting for honorable men, courageous men to step up. Hey, can I make my second point about his spending real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, real quick.
Go ahead.
So everybody says he spent all this money, right? I believe he had to right a ship. And obviously he was working with men who were working against him. Maybe he spent more than he had to. I don't know the details. But what I do know we missed out on seeing the taxes that were going to be collected from his economy for the next 4 years. So, for instance, they jacked him up pretty good the first 2 years. They tried jacking up his economy. He had interest rates on his side. There was cranes all over the big cities, all in the U.S. Things were just going berserk. The rate of money exchange was unbelievable. People were spending money just like nothing. You know, right now we're holding on to our money. So, and we failed to see the next 4 years of all of that money that was being made be taxed. And that, in my mind, in my simple mind, that's what we failed to see. was all that rate of money continue to be taxed for 4 more years, and how that would have paid down a lot of the things that he had to pay into. You have to spend money to make money, and we failed to see that. And I think that was a scary thing, actually, for the establishment, is to see that. And that's all I got.
Thank you, Eric in Arizona. Appreciate you, man.
You're welcome, fellas. Take care. Hey, Omar, can I say one more thing real quick? I'm going to take a shot at you. We are infidels, and we are punishable by death. Did you hear that?
What you say? What?
We are
infidels, and we are punishable by death. We'll never forget it. You can. Later,
I'm an infidel
too.
What's the word infidel? That means if I don't believe in Christianity, I'm an infidel, right? I don't believe that, right?
I let him go, man.
But the holy thing is people I don't understand, man. This is, I let it go, man. Because if I say I'm gonna upset your chat, because I have a lot of view on Trump, and I'm being honest with them. I don't want to come here and just sugarcoat stuff with them. I'm the guy who every month or every other month come here. You guys get the hate, and I leave and I come back. Go ahead, hey brother. Don't worry about it.
All right. We'll keep it moving. Frederick in Los Angeles, California is on the line. Frederick, you're live with Omar and Hake. Go ahead. Third rail, Omar.
What's up, Hake? What's up, Omar? Hey, Omar, I love what you're doing. Don't worry about it. I get the same hate from the chats, and I call in, and I'll be battling with these people about Trump and everything. Do you think it'll be a one-party state already if Trump was president?
Yeah, but he was a threat to America's democracy. He's very dangerous because he's stupid. You understand? This is the problem.
I know, right? He would have been all kissing. I told Hank he was paid to Hank looked up who paid him to move the embassy to Jerusalem one day. I'm like, they over there making these deals, getting paid.
But didn't every president
deals ain't even holding up?
Didn't every president promise to move the embassy to Jerusalem, and only Trump kept it?
He's on my side. Let him go.
Because he was paid.
He's on my side. Let me get somebody on my side.
Enough. Didn't know about the politics. They want that temple. I told you.
I don't care about any temple. I don't know about that.
He got $100 million from the Edelson family, a Jewish family from Las Vegas. That's how he moved. That's how he moved the embassy to.
Yeah, exactly.
I've heard that name.
He got paid $100 million.
And what's wrong with that?
There's nothing.
Oh, money, lobbyists.
Corruption. I don't believe
the problem.
No, but hold on. Didn't every correct me if I'm wrong? Correct me if I'm wrong. Every president promised to move the embassy to
for
Jerusalem.
60 years and didn't, right?
And didn't. Trump did it.
Right. Gaslighting because they knew the consequences.
But you're making the claim that he got supported by I forget what's the first name of that guy? Adelson? Do you happen to know, Hassan?
He's dead.
Sheldon Adelson.
Yeah.
Sheldon Adelson. Yeah, he got supported, but it wasn't necessarily a do this.
Yeah.
No, hold on. Let me finish.
Yes,
you do this and I'll move the embassy. Or you move the embassy and I'll give you this. No, he gave it to him already. And Trump loves Israel. Anyway.
Trump loves everybody.
Anyway.
He loves everybody.
Yeah. And back to that other caller that called in mad. If Muslims really hated Christians and Jews the way he was acting like Muslims or Islam don't, it'd be more killing in America. It's a small few of terrorist cells out there of Islam or Muslims
Arab Christians.
That give them a bad name. And Trump with that whole ban on all Muslims, that was going too far. And it's a lot of homophobia. Xenophobia. I mean, America's always scared, and they the safest they've been in like 200 years. But the fear drives the Americans to where we're going to push ourselves into a war before we even realize what's going on.
Right. They're trying to take us to Iran. They want us to take out Iran for them.
I don't think I'm for it.
They want that oil. They want to back up the U.S. dollar.
I'm not for a war with Iran.
That's what they're doing, Hake. We're slowly walking with this idiot into a war right now with Joe Biden.
Did you hear Trump
unless Trump is for it.
Let's take the oil.
Hold on. Let me make this point.
Trump is going to be in jail.
If Trump wins and he takes us into war with Iran, then maybe I'll support it. But other than that, I don't support war with Iran.
Oh my God, that is so lame.
Because Trump wouldn't do it without a good reason. But nobody else, and I don't think, and I honestly don't think that Trump would bring us into war with Iran. He's a man of
peace. If he can print money,
did you guys notice? Did you answer this? Did you guys notice that Trump didn't lead us into any new wars?
Yeah,
he didn't wake up. He didn't wake up early enough. He was always sleeping. He wasn't running the country. You think he was running the country?
More or
he
less.
wasn't doing anything.
Right.
He wasn't doing anything.
So is that a
pieces
yes?
in
Is
place.
that a yes? He did not lead us into any new wars.
No, he moved the pieces in place to lead us to
The
war.
only good thing
Oh,
that
come on.
I'm going to give him credit for something.
All right.
And he doesn't want to take credit for it. That he found the vaccine for the warp speed.
Yeah.
He saved a lot of he did that, and he's not taking credit for it. The best thing he did in his presidency.
He was, but his supporters don't like it.
I was following
that
take the
saved-
jab.
Yeah, it
So he
saved
can't
millions
take
of
credit for it.
Yeah, they saved millions of lives. He doesn't want to take credit for it. I don't want that because he want to appease his base. But he's going to jail. He's going to jail. He's not gonna. He's going to go to jail.
Does he deserve it?
What do you think about Dr. Cornel West?
Oh, he's the best. I love him, but he doesn't have a chance.
Yes. That's what we talked about.
That's the brother he speaks.
You found your brother, Frederick.
Not only that,
Yes, I did.
And he's a good Christian. He always says that.
I'm gonna watch this show tonight. Good luck on your debate, Omar, with the feminism and all that. Yeah, put a hole in them. A lot of them. That's why affirmative action was really created for the woman, because white women had more rights than black, and they wanted them to work before they wanted us to work. So
and black
they
women are more
educated. All in together, but destroy their
black
ass.
women are.
The kids, sorry, kids.
Black women are the most educated segment in the United States, believe it or not. People don't know that.
Well, they're the
all
most.
All right.
Thank you, Frederick. Appreciate it, man.
You have a good one.
You too.
All right.
They have more degrees than any other. No, it's okay. What I was saying is that Iran. You know what the word Iran comes from, right?
Iran.
Yeah.
IRAN. Where does that name? Where does that word come from?
They're Aryans. They are from the Aryans tribes. Some of them went to Europe. They're whites. They came from northern India. Some of the tribes, the Aryans tribes, went to Europe, and they settled Persia.
That's why.
The Iran. The word deprived is from the word Aryans.
Whoa. That's why. That's why Richard Spencer was a guest on my show years ago, and he was upset on Twitter, now known as X, that Trump was going to bomb the Iranian or Persian things because it was white history. Wow, I didn't know that.
You don't just notice the original Persian. They're white, like Europeans. The word Iran comes from the different word Aryans. They're white. They're part of the Aryans nation that migrated from North Africa.
I got to get
from North India. Sorry.
I got some more super chats that.
Yeah, no problem. Bring it in. Give money to Hake. Come on. You could hate on me. I don't mind. Go ahead.
The king of graduates on Rumble, Omar. You can wear a hat. That boy Hake never cares what he wears on a daily basis.
My question. T-shirt he has.
My question for you, Omar, is who will help the Democrat Party be strong again? Since you feel that the Democrats are not strong right now.
The problem, they need a new guard. All that old guard corrupt gotta go. The Clinton guard, the Biden guard, they all gotta go. But the Democratic Party has more ideas right now than the Republicans. They have social issues and a lot of issues. The guys could not even pick a speaker for 3 weeks. That's how dumb they are. They like the Indians.
But you and I like that. We like that they didn't have a speaker.
I liked it because we save money. You didn't see my tweets? I say America right now is saving a lot of money.
Yeah.
First, we don't need new laws. They're not making crazy new laws.
Yep.
And they're not messing up the country.
Exactly.
I think they should meet 4 times a year.
Yeah.
Just to do the budget and go back home and go work as a dentist, whatever they do, and leave Washington alone.
Nice.
And America will do fine.
Yep. The king of graduates. With another.
That's how they were saying. Oh, we got to go back. We got to pick a speaker because we got to give the package to Israel. What?
And Ukraine, too. Anyway, the king of graduates says, well, I don't know. They might not do Ukraine. Tar baby is also a very well-known racial term, and I think you know that. You've got some evil ways, sir, says the king of graduates. He's addressing Hake. Thank God you're demonetized. Now, how can we get you canceled? Just an evil jerk. Shame on you. Whoa.
Don't be hateful like that. Hake is a good guy. He's just too honest.
Yeah,
He's brutally honest.
Being enlightened till I rise on Rumble, monthly supporter. Thank you, man. Hey, Hake, I heard this song in the Chinese buffet I was eating at. Did you really? Right on. Did you happen to hear that Chinese song there, Omar, that I played at the break?
Yeah, I put on. Yeah. I'm not gonna put it on my show.
Yeah. It's pretty nice though. I like it.
It's relaxing. You get to go to the bathroom, do whatever you got to do, and we get to relax until you come back. Man,
Andy Lau.
I was gonna say, go ahead.
Uh,
Let the super chat. These are the real people who spend money, so we gotta listen to them.
Being enlightened till I rise. Hake, roll your tongue in the back of your throat for a good Chewy impression. Terrible. Being enlightened till I rise. If Yemen wasn't a SH whole country, why wouldn't you go back? He asks.
Why don't you go back where you're from?
But I don't know where being enlightened till I rise. But would you go back to Yemen?
Well, no. Why? I don't need to. I have land there. I have houses. I got everything there.
So you have stuff there. You would go back sometimes, maybe.
Believe it or not, I have income coming from there to here.
Right on.
Dollars. Huh? Yeah, I build houses there. I'm good. I love it. I love New York. With all you guys hate it. I'm the only guy who loves it. So why you got to worry about it?
Yeah, I love California.
New York good. Yeah, you see.
GMD Jim with a diamond. Muslims love the U.S. and call it Great Satan. Oh yeah, Iran calls it the Great Satan.
Yeah,
right?
Iran. And it's just a slogan.
Iran.
Oh, death to America. Really, he's gonna die. Disease. That's what they mean. I mean, they're gonna have a disease and die.
Yeah, I mean, we have a sickness going on.
All you need is to make peace with Iran. Don't believe the Israeli Zionists who created this problem. Iran is not our enemy. It's not the United States enemy. Iran is under economic sanction for 40 or 50 years. Embargoes. They can't sell their oil. They can't sell anything. Of course, they're going to hate you when you do that to them. You're depriving their people of wealth, of economic prosperity, creating hunger, creating a problem for them. Iran has never shot at us, never killed an American, never blew up something, never attacked any other country. Israel did. Israel is assassinating scientists.
Is it true that Iran has backed like Hezbollah and Hamas and some of those?
Yeah, they are. You know why they do that, right? Because they're in a hole. They got them for 60 years under an embargo. So what they do is, okay, we don't get to live. Nobody gets to live in this neighborhood. We're going to create all this militia to make problems. Then you're going to come and negotiate with us on our terms. You understand what they're doing? If I don't live right, nobody's going to live right in this neighborhood. That's what they're doing. They're creating all these militias in these areas to destabilize the region so they could get out of the hole they're in. You see, Iran is a Shia country. I'm a Sunni, so I'm supposed to hate them or anything like that. But I'm a fair-minded guy. I'm educated. I got a degree here in this country. But I have to look at the source of the problem. Since day one, it's under sanction, embargo. They can't sell their oil. They have all this wealth. They can't sell it. And they have no inflation. People are starving. Why? Why would you starve a whole nation? Because Israel doesn't like them.
Okay.
They never did nothing to America.
Spoiler alert, bought a coffee. It's like Jared Taylor points out. Every school lunchroom and backyard barbecue is racially segregated. When people aren't forced to mix, they tend to prefer the company of their own people. Yeah, fair point.
When I was in school, I used to stand with the idiots in the school lunchroom. All the I was with the misfits, the people all the nerds. We had our own place because I used to get bullied by the Italians all the time.
Okay, those Italians, man.
Bad, man. They're racist. They just became white.
I know.
All of a sudden they're white. They're leading the right war. My friend, they used to call you black 40 years ago. He was not even considered white in the white circle. All of a sudden, you got that jacket. All of a sudden, they're very bullied, man. They used to bully me. That's why I have this hatred for them.
Okay.
No reason.
Well, there's some decent ones. But anyway, Sho Sugino says...
Yeah, I'm not saying all of them.
Of course, I know.
Yeah, of course not. I'm just saying in school, the kids in school.
We have just a minute or two left. Sho Sugino says, I wouldn't mind having Omar as my neighbor. And DJ Onpaw with the diamond. Omar, you're okay. I don't like you, but you're A-okay, he says.
Thank you, my brother. I like you too. I have no issue with you or anybody. If you go to my neighbor, it's all white. All my neighbors are white here.
Well, Omar, it's been cool having you on the show, man. I appreciate you coming on. I can't get to the rest of the callers. William and Art wanted to talk to you, but we got to close.
Can I say something before you go?
Yes.
First, I want to thank you for having me and inviting me. I hope you invite me again.
Of course.
I want to thank your chat. If you guys want to follow me on my channel. Support it. And even if you disagree with me, we could disagree and agree at the end of the day. I love the United States as much as you guys do. I would defend the United States as much. I would even defend it against Yemen, my native country.
But you support Cornel West. Sorry.
Cornel West is a good Christian. I don't understand.
A Christian? Is he
You
Christian?
never hear him when he talks about Christianity. Every time he talks, he said, "I'm a Christian."
Oh,
he's the only
Lord.
politician who says he's a Christian. Is not ashamed to say he's a Christian. Understand?
All right.
You have to support people like him, and you have to support good people. God bless you, man. Love you all. Support Hake. Hake is a good man. Support his channel. This deplatforming and stuff should got to stop.
Yeah.
This cancellation has to stop. People should be able to talk and say whatever they want to, as long as they don't hurt other people. Right or wrong?
Nice.
You can't
Thanks
shut
again,
people
man.
down like that. Yeah, you can't shut people down like that. If I don't listen to Hake, then I'm only going to talk to myself.
Yep.
I got to, you know what I'm saying?
Well, take care, Omar. Good luck on your debate, your feminist debate with Hake TV, WHICK TV.
You're going to see them. All the women are going to get upset at me. You're going to see it. All right,
Third
take care.
rail
God
with
bless, man.
Omar. Take care,
God
man.
bless you all. Thank you. God bless.
All right. It's Frog Eyes Friday, everybody. I'll get to the rest of your super chats and your calls next week. Catch American Anchor, baby, at 4 p.m. The Fallen State at noon in an hour. And, of course, Church with Jesse Lee Peterson on Sunday. It's for everybody. You can be Muslim. You can be atheist. You can be Christian. You can be whatever, Jewish. But anyway, it's Miasma Gardens by Frog Eyes. Adios, America. Bye.